Let's go.
What a kick from Fiorini. Look out.
Hello everyone and welcome back to Bomber Banter. I was incredibly fortunate enough to have a wonderful chat with new bomber Brayden Fiorini, and I can't wait for you all to watch it. Brayden is someone with incredible humility, hunger and a mindset that just fits so perfectly with where our club wants to go. He opens up about the move back to Melbourne, embracing Essendon's culture and its people, how he thinks about pressure and leadership, and of course, my favourite topic, how he keeps his mind in a really healthy space. So here it is, my chat with Brayden Fiorini. A very warm welcome to Bomber Banter to you, Brayden Fiorini.
Thank you. Thanks, Fiona. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for giving me, and by extension all Essendon fans, some of your time today and a little opportunity to get to know you a bit better. Now, as a general rule, I don't speak for all Essendon fans, but I think on this occasion I can, in just saying that we are so proud to open our arms up to you, your wife Molly and little son Will. How have you settled back into Melbourne? We know you're from here originally. How's the transition been?
Yeah, first of all, thanks for having me. Thanks for the warm welcome. But the transition's been good, thank you. Been down here for nearly 2 weeks now and settling in really well. You know, been around the club with especially the younger boys that started back last week, and already feeling at home and feeling the love and the support from all the fans as well. But all my teammates and coaches as well has made the transition very smooth.
That's great. Have you found that there are any little Melbourne comforts that you found were missing from your life and you're happy to have back?
I think the thing that comes to mind first is probably the weather, the change of weather. As you can see, I'm wearing a jumper that hasn't been used for a while. So getting used to the cooler weather. I have missed the change up. Obviously, a warmer climate up on the Gold Coast. So
the Black Friday sales are on at the moment, Brayden. You might have to stock up on some coats and thermals.
Yeah, I might have to get a couple jackets. Yeah, but the change of scenery and the climate's been good, and obviously originally from Melbourne, so been good to reconnect with family and friends as well. Has been a blessing.
Yeah. Now, usually the trade of a player from another club will divide sections of the fan base. Of course, everyone has an opinion, and I am exposed to a lot of Essendon content and a lot of fans' opinion. And I have to say, the overwhelming consensus at your arrival has just been met with such a veil of positivity. And I don't think it's because you're just a shiny new toy. I think it's because your ethos as a player has been about emphasising that really unconditional work ethic and, collective effort. How does that make you feel proud, knowing that, after 10 seasons in the system, that's how a broader part of the wider AFL community see you?
It does make me feel proud, to be honest. That's very nice and kind words from yourself and all the fans out there. I have, as I said earlier, I have felt the love and support from fans for sure. And I am someone who prides myself on, as you said, my work ethic and trying to get the best out of, myself first and foremost, but also my teammates as well. So for that to come out, and I suppose that's part of my character, I suppose. And it is something I'm really proud of, and hopefully, I can have an impact here at the Bombers and help this young and exciting group, really talented group, and get to where we want to get to.
Yeah. Do you think, you mentioned that that's just always been part of your makeup, that work ethic, but do you think it's also a natural adoption of, the mirror of what it takes to play that wing role? You get caught out quite quickly if your work rate's not quite up to scratch. I personally think it's the most selfless role on the football ground, that you do a lot of unrewarded running sometimes. So do you think there's also an element of that just help you develop that work ethic?
Yeah, I think definitely the role entails that, with the work rate, as you said, getting up and down the ground, both offensively, testing your opponent, and then defensively trying to get back and helping your brothers down back defend. So, I think the role sort of suits my strengths as a player, and I feel like I'm a really good connector with my teammates out there, and I feel like that wing role does connect, the forwards with the midfielders, with the defenders as well. So hopefully be able to use my voice and leadership out there to, help connect the group as well. I feel like that's a really important part of the game as well. So
Yeah.
hopefully
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, as you mentioned, you've had a full week at the club now. And aside from the array of very young talent that we have on the list, what were some of your other first impressions? What's the first thing you felt or noticed when you walked into the hangar?
I think the energy, obviously the young boys started back,
Yeah.
but no, I've been really impressed with, even a lot of the older boys have come back early. And I think just on Monday, just gone, I think we had everyone there on the list. So I think it just shows how eager and hungry all the boys are, obviously the young boys, but even the older boys getting back early and trying to get stuck into it and try and improve on, how we went this year. So, really high energy, really exciting group. And
Good.
it's only the beginning, I believe.
Yeah, definitely. I know there was one familiar face in Jay Gresham, your old Northern Knights teammates. Were there any other familiar faces or connections that you had at the club prior to walking in the doors?
Obviously played with Jade under 18s. I played with
Yep.
Cole Langford as well. Both Jade and I played bottom age when he was top age at Northern Knights. So, there's a connection there. And then obviously Peter Wright up at the Gold Coast Suns. He played up there. I think we played alongside each other for maybe 4 or 5 years. So it's definitely eased the transition and made me feel more at home, very quick. And there's even a few staff members there that I've crossed paths with Dean Solomon and the assistant coach. He was one of my coaches up at Gold Coast, and then Jay Anderson, the physio, as well, was a physio of Gold Coast, and then Matt Rosa, who's obviously the list manager now. I played alongside, 10 years ago.
It's
so,
crazy.
full circle moment there. So
Absolutely.
they've all been influential and, making me feel at home and comfortable. And it's been great to see some familiar faces, that's for sure.
Yeah, that must make it a little bit less daunting.
Definitely.
And I have to know, Brad Scott, I mean, from the outside, he has a very daunting energy and a very imposing energy. But the general consensus from players when they talk about him is that he's actually very approachable and calm behind closed doors. Is that what you've picked up on so far?
Yeah, I haven't seen that daunting side of him. It might change
Give it time.
come game day or if we're not training that well or anything. So, no, I haven't seen that yet. But, no, I couldn't speak more highly of Scotty. I've bonded really well with him. And he sees the game so well and very knowledgeable. He was really influential. And when I met with the club in the off-season and painted a clear vision of, where the club wants to go and where I see fit in that and a clear role for me to play. So, I couldn't speak more highly of Scotty.
That's great. Now, of course, you've come to Essendon with the view of filling a big positional hole that we have on our list, obviously on the wing. So we know what you bring to us. What is it that you want to take from this next chapter of your career? Is there something, have you set yourself a goal, a professional goal that you want to take from hopefully what's the last end of your career? I mean, there's plenty of it to go, but are there anything small, anything little that you have set your eyes on?
Good question. I feel like, at the age of 28, I feel like I've still got plenty of improvement from an individual point of view. Target that and continually trying to improve my game. I think coming here as well, there's an element of trying to help the young boys, as I said before, with my leadership. So I'll try and continue to tap into that, my leadership, and try and help wherever I can. And then also at this end of my career, I feel like I'm still craving success, up at the Suns. I tasted it this year with the finals and having a win there over in Perth. So
how was that being part of you're a small part of history forever now? How was the energy after that first
that's a
win?
highlight of my career for sure, that game. So as I said, just continuing to crave success. And as I said, I had a taste of it this year. And I don't think this group here is too far off it either. So I'll continue to, keep driving myself, but driving my teammates as well to try and get there as soon as we can. I don't want to be too patient. So hungry to get the success ASAP. So yeah.
No one that's affiliated with Essendon has the word patience in their
No
vocabulary.
such thing.
As you mentioned, you are 28, and I don't know if you know, but that makes you the sixth oldest on our list, which is quite incredible when you think about that is still young. That is
Yeah.
still a young age. So you've definitely come to the right place to strengthen that leadership muscle. We have a very long list of young players to mentor, and one in particular who endeared himself to Essendon fans this year because of his very wholesome, fiery spirit is Angus Clark. What have
Yeah.
been your first impressions of him? Is he giving off rat bag energy? What's he giving off?
Yeah, Rapag, not cheeky.
Yeah.
Very cheeky and fun, and yeah, he's just himself at the club, which I love. And you want to empower those young kids to just be themselves there. And he brings a lot of energy, and the boys definitely gravitate towards him. But he
Yeah.
definitely puts in the work as well. I've noticed how hard of a worker he is, and wants to get the best out of himself as well. So he's got that professional side as well, but you definitely need the
Do you
fun
think
side.
Yeah, of course. Do you think he's someone? I mean, I certainly see him as someone that you could really take under your wing and nurture him through the evolution of his game. Just purely because he picked up a lot of the slack on the wing this year, purely
Yeah.
out of necessity, like a lot of the other young kids. So he sticks out as one who would just be so racked at your arrival, and someone who you could really have a huge impact on.
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. He's we sort of gravitated towards each other over the last sort of week or so, which is good. And I'll definitely be there for him if he needs anything.
Now, Essendon is obviously one of the big four Melbourne clubs. Certainly, our success in recent times hasn't probably mirrored that. But the heartbeat of the club, the fans, we, unlike no other, we are the most resilient in the league. I will give you that. And also just incredibly passionate. How does it sit with you that you're just going to be inundated with an enormous amount of passion every time you run out in the red and black? And to an average crowd of 43,000 plus who most cheering for you.
Yeah, nah, it definitely wasn't like the number one selling point. Like, I think the vision of the club and where we're going was definitely one of the selling points. But yeah, the more I've sat back and sort of reflected and thought about, those big games, whether it's ANZAC Day or Dreamtime or, it's sort of a childhood dream. I was a big Pies fan when I grew up. So I've been
Um,
plenty of ANZAC Day games in the crowd. So fingers
do
crossed,
you think
hopefully
we've
I get.
been to more? Have you been to more wins or losses? Do you think for the Pies?
Yeah, good question. No, it was always a good game, regardless of where the teams were on the
Yeah,
ladder. So, fingers crossed all goes well and I get to run out there early in the year. So, it will be a dream. And
yeah.
I will love the big support and the big crowds, and definitely looking forward to it. Yeah, the more I think about it.
Yeah, I mean, even at Marvel Stadium, when with the roof closed and when it's a really predominant Essendon crowd, it is just an absolute fortress, and there's just no way you won't feel that. Is it quite daunting or more motivating for you?
I think being on this side of it's motivating. I remember versing Essendon's and the big clubs. It's definitely daunting when you're, especially as you said, Marvel, when it's sort of enclosed and it's getting
Yeah,
loud and it's a close game. You sort of can't hear your teammates from 5-10 meters away. So,
yeah.
but if you know they're cheering for you and it's more support, I think, it'll definitely motivate the boys. And the boys always speak about how good the fan base is and how good the crowds are. And it's obviously really supporting and gives the boys definitely an extra edge.
One thing I'm personally very passionate about, Brayden, and something that I talk a lot about on Bomber Banter is psychology and mindset and wellness and the direct link that it has to high performance sports and high performance athletes. So I want to know for you, how much work do you put into, nurturing your mental health and your mindset and staying on top of your own stream of self-talk?
Yeah, I put a mountain of work in now. I think as the years have gone on for me and the more mature, and I think even over the last few years, it's become more prevalent, hasn't it? So,
Mm.
definitely put a mountain of work in. And I'm big on sort of switching on when I'm at the club and trying to get the most out of myself, whether it's training or game day. And then once I come home, trying to switch off as much as possible. It's obviously a mentally taxing job and high pressure environment that we're in. So having that on and off switch is crucial for me. And I think having the family back at home now helps to come home to my little one to try and switch off. But I know a lot of the boys are encouraged to, have hobbies or off-field, studies just to keep them occupied away from, the club and away from footy. So, there's a lot of support there and a lot of, people out there that are helping the boys definitely with their mindset and mental side of the game for sure.
Yeah, as you mentioned, I don't think the game's ever been more about the mental side of it than it is in today's climate, with the scrutiny that AFL players have, with the gajillion footy shows and commentary that there is to dissect individual players and performances. And I've personally come to realise that if you don't tame the mind, it will tame you. And at any given point, you could be dropped, you could have a bad game, you could have a ruthless article written about you, all just little opportunities for your brain chatterbox to infiltrate your confidence and sabotage your confidence and your belief that you belong. So are there any practical techniques or practical ways? I know you mentioned your family there, but anything else that you always have to fall back on in case in those really stressful situations?
I think everyone has their own individual stuff. Like I like to journal and once the games start, like a bit of visualization to get ready for the game. And I think, as I said, it's just trying to have that outlet and separate ourselves as footballers away from the club. So whether it's, uni, like I just finished my Bachelor of Business at uni. So keeping myself occupied there, or I know a lot of the boys play golf. So I think it's just having that outlet that'll help, especially the younger boys, try and switch on. Obviously at a big club as well, high pressure, high scrutiny.
We've just had a crop of new draftees come in. If on this topic, in terms of the mental side of the game, if you could go back and tell into 2015 and tell your 18-year-old self one piece of advice in terms of handling the mental side of the game, what would that be for you?
Great question. I think trying to find hobbies and things you're passionate about away from the game. I think early days I was just footy and would watch every game and just be indulged by it, which can work for some people. But I think the older I've gotten and more mature, and as I said, studying uni has kept me busy, finding avenues away from footy, and then obviously with the family side of things as well. But also to invest in it as well and be curious and try different things from a mental practice side of things. Yeah.
That's great. All right, so just a couple before I let you go. Now, I'm sure you have become, and obviously you've met and become familiar with your partner in crime, who you'll be sharing the wings with in Xavier Dersma.
Yep.
Now, he is obviously the owner of one of the most iconic goal celebrations in the game, in the bow and arrow. Is that making you feel any pressure to come up with your own Fiorini special to match him?
Nah, I'm not a big celebration man, to be honest. So, not as
Leave the bow and arrow to him.
He does it pretty well. So I'll leave that to him. But
okay, fair enough. All right, Brayden, before we wrap up, I'm just going to do a little quick fire round of Would You Rather, all right?
Yep.
So no overthinking, just your first instinct answers, okay?
Done.
All right, here we go. Would you rather the goal review system crash in a prelim and deny us a goal, or give away a 100-metre penalty in a grand final?
Deny the crashing of the system.
Okay, yep. Would you rather sit behind 2-metre Peter for team movie night, or sit next to the new 18-year-old draftees discussing the latest TikTok trend?
Yeah, the new kids. Yeah, keep me young, I reckon. Try and get the goss for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we feel like we have to stay in tune so we don't fall behind.
Have to stay in tune. Yeah.
Yeah. Would you rather play a full game in 40-degree Darwin heat or in a freezing Ballarat blizzard?
40-degree heat, yeah. Obviously a little bit put up on the Gold Coast and playing a couple of Darwin games last year. So,
your lungs will be used to that, yep.
Yeah.
Would you rather the MCG run out of hot jam donuts or hot chips?
Oh, both very good.
Yeah.
Run out of jam donuts.
Yeah. Man after my own heart, hot chips every day.
Yeah.
Would you rather kick the match winner on ANZAC Day or win the Norm Smith on grand final day?
Norm Smith grand final day, because then it means we've won the granny.
Mostly, yep.
You would think. You'd hope.
Yes, hopefully. Yeah. But I love the way you worked that question through. Well done.
Yeah.
And just finally, would you rather cook a 3-course dinner for Brad Scott or shout Christmas drinks for the entire playing list?
Oh, this is a lose-lose scenario, isn't it? Whichever one I go, I'm going to cop it. But
Well, how's your cooking skills? Do you fancy yourself in
I
the
do
kitchen?
like cooking.
Or do I need to ask Holly this question?
I'll try and win over the lads, I reckon, and shout them around, I reckon. Yeah.
All right, sounds good. Well, Brayden, I'll leave you there for today. Thank you so much for giving me and the fans a bit of an insight into who you are. I personally can't wait to see you flying down that wing in the red and black. So just all the best for kicking off this new chapter. And once again, welcome to the red and black family.
Thanks, Jonah. Thanks so much. Appreciate it. Thanks for all the support.
Well, there you go, Bomber fans. I hope you all thoroughly enjoyed that. It was an absolute honour to chat to Brayden, and I just think he's going to be a tremendous asset for us moving forward. Please hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, or head over to Instagram or X and join us there. Lots more of this kind of content coming in Bomber Banter's future, and I want you all to be a huge part of it. Thank you so much for all the support so far. Sending big love, and I'll see you all very soon.